First of all, I would want to say that it's a pleasure for me to be here this afternoon. And I would like to commend the organizers, but also the Youth Parliament for their presentations. I listened very keenly. I remember when the Treaty on the Rights of the Child was enacted many years ago. I happened to be working at that time at the Department of Education, and that treaty was sent to us to review it so that we can add our comments and send it back to Curacao so that Curacao could send it on to The Hague so it could be discussed and decided upon in the United Nations. And I'm very happy today to know and see that you all have studied that treaty, that you are able to present certain points to government and indicate to government you should look at that and take the treaty into account, especially where it pertains to the family and the family unit. The family indeed and the family unit is very, very important. But even if you come from a family that does not have the ideal structure, I still believe that it's up to the individual most of the time to make something of themselves, to become serious, to realize that if I want to make it in life, first of all, I have to remain in school, I have to study, I have to read, I have to stay on the right track. And I must commend all of you, and I think all of you are examples to the other young people. And I hope they are looking at you and they have listened to you this afternoon. And I would like to encourage you all to continue being examples and bringing up such topics that are very important for yourselves and for the rest of the youth in our country, because we need all of the young people, we need all of our citizens, we need everyone on board with a clear mind to continue to build and make St. Martin the best country that we can find here in the Caribbean and around the world. So once again, I commend all of you, and I would like to encourage you to continue with what you are doing. Thank you.
Madam Chairperson, Honorable YMPs, distinguished guests, listening and viewing audience, good afternoon. A family is a group of people consisting of parents and children living together in a household. According to the United Nations, the family is the fundamental unit of society. The topic states, strong families make strong societies. But what does a strong society look like? What are the characteristics of a strong society? When one speaks of a strong society, they consider, among other things, personal freedom, moral values, and spirituality. And I might add, a society where the members live together in peace, where there are no high levels of corruption and no major threats to persons or property. Also, in a strong society, the members would flourish, thus a happy society. In my opinion, I consider the family as the first institution to foster these characteristics. Families provide the basic structure and support that allow children to flourish and to overcome adversity and difficulties. Nurturing children is vitally important in the training process. Because of our fast-paced world, parents have left this job to babysitters, educators, daycare centers, and social organizations. The instilling of moral values, spirituality, responsibility, and accountability must first be introduced to children from the home. The home should be the child's first classroom. Secondly, to have strong societies, children must be exposed to good role models. It is the right of the child to see moral values, spirituality, responsibility, and accountability demonstrated in the home. Sometimes parents say, "Don't do as I do, but do as I say." This is nonsense. Parents, you are the primary examples of good role models. Children are great imitators and will imitate what is modeled before them. I do understand that for parents of today, the challenge to effectively prepare children to be good citizens in their society is both difficult and demanding. However, where there is a will, there is a way. Find the way to create a safe, peaceful, tolerating, understanding, loving, and free environment for children to grow and become the adults who will affect society positively. Children are the ones who hold the key pattern to how the community will succeed in the future. The late Whitney Houston sang, "I believe children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way." Again, the home must be the first classroom. I live in a nuclear family, and there are many rules and regulations in my home. Though I am not always in agreement, I am constantly reminded that it is for the greater good and to steer me in the right path. My first classroom, the home environment. My first teachers, my parents. Ever so often, my mom says, "Train up a child in the way he should go, so that when he's old, he will not depart from it." Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to mention an example of the importance of a family and its role in training up responsible children, who in turn will be responsible citizens. Presently, our politicians and potential politicians are subjected to integrity screening. Not that the idea is bad, however, we are aware why this was put in place. Families must make a greater effort to instill and model integrity to their children. A common proverb, "Honesty is the best policy." All families are not perfect. One thing I have come to realize is, once you become a parent, it is one of the greatest responsibilities to carry in this life. It will therefore take the combined effort of every family member to guide and discipline the child to become a world changer. Parents, guardians, be the essence of positivity for your children. Uphold these virtues: integrity, respect, accountability, responsibility, chastity, and the list goes on and on. And do not waver. Why? It's because St. Martin and the world are dependent on strong families to produce strong societies. I thank you.
Thank you very much, YMP Fritz. YMP Dejanique George, you now have the floor.
Good day, Good day, honorable members of Parliament, ministers, fellow youth members of Parliament, colleagues, parents, ladies and gentlemen. Suitable societies depend upon strong families. The main needs to a strong family, from my point of view, is communication, collaboration, time, love, and money. A country like St. Martin that seeks to remain economically and politically vital must reproduce themselves, and children are most likely to thrive socially, emotionally, and economically when they enjoy the shelter and stability of an intact married family. Marriage is most beneficial for children when both parents are positively invested in their lives, and families are most likely to flourish when they can be built upon strong economic foundations. My parents are not married, but communicate and collaborate well while investing time, love, and money into me. These truths can be difficult to see at a point in time, when in the developed country of St. Martin, the market has taken to a dominant roles in some of the most fundamental features of family life, from the preparation of meals to the care of the dependent elderly. In our features of family life, from the preparation of in our current days, with so many of our immediate needs held by the government of Country St. Martin, our collective and individual dependence upon strong families is often hidden. Nevertheless, across the country of St. Martin, 5 truths stand out about the unit relationship between the strength of the family and the welfare of children, adults in Country St. Martin. That without communication, collaboration, time, love, and money, a family will not be strong and therefore not be able to create a sustainable future for our children, spanning multiple generations and nurturing strong societies. Thank you.
Thank you very much, YMP George. YMP Kenisha Rajuki, you now have the floor.
Good afternoon, radio listeners, TV viewers, persons in the Tribune, honorable guests, and fellow youth parliamentarians. Let me start by saying, what is the rights of a child? But first, I will be telling you my definition of a child. My definition of a child is any human being below the age of 18 years. Now, I can ask myself, what is the rights of a child? Children's rights were recognized after the First World War with the adoption of the Declaration of Geneva in 1924. The recognition of the child's rights became real on the 20th of November 1989 with the adoption of the International Convention on the Rights of the Child, which is the first international legally binding text recognizing all the fundamental rights of the child. Now let's go back to today, November 27, 2015, 26 years, 7 days after. The theme for today is Strong Families Nurture Strong Societies, based on Articles 5 and 9. The government should respect the parents' roles and how they want to raise their children. I'm not saying that if the government knows a child is getting thump up and kick up because they don't pass a test, means the government have to respect that, because that's wrong. Next is children should not be separated from their parents unless the parents are abusive. Then the child should be placed in a home where they feel safe. Although sometimes when children tell someone else that they're being abused, and the authorities sometimes don't believe the children, and that's where some kids go insane. Do you think that youths go out there doing violence because they come from loving families? Government, please work hard to make sure that not only these 2 articles, that all articles are being enforced in homes. Lastly, I would like to repeat the theme, Strong Families Nurture Strong Societies. Thank you.
Thank you very much, YMP Rajuki. Thank you very much, youth members of parliament, for your speech. Now we will have one of our advisors, Ms. Makeda Schillenberg, to present to us on Strong Families Nurture Strong Societies. You now have the floor.
Good evening. Protocol having already been established, once again, good afternoon. Good evening. Okay. This year marks 26 years of the Convention of the Rights of the Child, which was adopted and open for signature, ratification, and accession by the General Assembly Resolution 4425 of the 20th of November 1989. It was entered into force on the 2nd of September 1990 in accordance with Article 49. Strong families nurture strong societies. Ladies and gentlemen, what is a strong family? What is a strong society? Strength is a quality of being strong, muscular of power, or bodily, vigor. Strength is mental power, force. Strength is moral power, firmness, courage. Strength is power by reason of influence, authority, resources. Strength is St. Martin and her people. External noise can make it difficult to hear the music of our soul, can drown it out, or distract us from it. When we are feeling the negative effects of stress, we aren't navigating from our core self. Our resources of strength is subjected from us. If depressed, we're disconnected. When fearful, anxious, angry, feeling like a victim, overwhelmed, out of control, it is a sign that we are not operating from our calm, wise, powerful, loving center. If we are not living the life of our dreams and we're making excuses about it, we're not in touch with our strength. Joshua 1, verse 9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. From the Lord God will be with you wherever you go. However, we have families filled with negativity, hate, deceit, pain, anger, weakness, discomfort, fear, frustration, dysfunctions. But is that because they blatantly want to? Do you think they're running for the world's worst family? No. They're stuck between predicaments that they cannot change with a blink of an eye. Parents stressing, youth's minds blowing. Why? Because we're so young, a generation where we're torn between a world of hate and a world of dreams, a world with so much to lose and a world with so much to gain, a world that we have to fight for, yet a world to change. Predicaments that stifle precious time where memories could be made. Article 9 of the Rights of the Child Convention states, separating from parents. Children have the right to live with their parents unless it is bad for them. Children whose parents do not live together have the right to stay in contact with both parents unless this might hurt the child. This is a characteristic of a strong family. A strong family is a family that is your strength but also your weakness, your biggest motivator, however, your biggest critic. None outshining the other, but both used to build each member's character. It is also one in which the relationship between family members are healthy and supportive, where there is good communication. A strong family is one in which the members are protecting each other, assisting and encouraging each other with achieving their potential in life in this world. When I look at my family, I think, in reality, we may not have it all, but together we have it all, because we cherish qualities like guidance, willpower, persistence, knowledge, inspiration, and love. Our future depends on the young people to create an economy and civic society. We as a society have our ups and downs, and a wide diversity of morality. Dynamic generations of young people were, are, and will be significant resources to their full potential. However, it's my generation's time to shine. We all need to be prepared to take on these opportunities created by a changing world. The few of us in here are not the generation, however, members of it. Therefore, I emphasize on all. We all need to change. The best of the future lies in the generation of young people that can create a prosperous and equitable society. This means a society with a strong economy and therefore standards of living, but also a strong social culture that offers high quality of knowledge. However, as a community, we cannot sit back and watch the bad overpower the good in our society, the outlined wrongs and the highlighted nonsense. By the general media, it's what the young generations are looking onto and being left to think that in this world, war is peace, freedom is slavery, and ignorance is strength. Where in reality, strength is peace, war is freedom, and ignorance is slavery. There is only so much a family can do, but there is so much more a community can do to take a village. It takes a village to raise a child, and that child to make an effective society. We as a people need to know bad to appreciate good. Let us not dwell on the negatives much longer and indulge in the positives. The struggle of today is developing the strength of tomorrow. Every society have a story. Let's make our society that story. A strong society is a society that values an individual's right to freedom, and ensures that everyone has the same access to opportunities and resources to make a contribution to and participate in society and the economy. A strong society supports the most vulnerable up to the least. A strong society safeguards its people. In this society, we have positive and negative families, blended families. We have teenagers with varied emotions all at once. Families that are suffering and families that are making it. Don't for a second think that we have to be a picture-perfect family. However, know that we do not need picture-perfect families to make a picture-perfect society. A picture-perfect society is a society that fosters kindness, respect, feelings, behavior, education, time, communication, ideas and social purposes, networking, employment, trust, life on a whole. Article 5 of the Rights of the Child Convention states, government should respect the rights of the child and responsibilities of the family to direct and guide their children so that they can grow. They learn to use their rights properly. Helping children to understand their rights do not mean pushing them to make choices with consequences that they are too young to handle. Article 5 encourages parents to deal with the right issues in a manner consistent with involving capabilities of the child. The convention do not take responsibility for the children away from their parents and give authority to government the responsibility to protect and assist families in fulfilling their essential role as nurturers of children. That is one of the many qualities of having a strong society. Let us all exercise the qualities of having a strong society. We already have members of our society that have fallen, and we do not need any more fallen soldiers. Coming to a point where we only know how strong we are until being strong is all we have left is not a life goal. This generation, the next generations to come, nor the ones that have passed. Parents know that we as a youth need to learn from our mistakes, but also need guidance. It's bittersweet. We need to learn that there is a good and a bad in the world, and we must be able to recognize it and deal with it respectively. Don't spare the rod and spoil the child, but don't cage a child from the experience and excitement of what they want and need. Fellow generation and ones to come, we do not know it all, nor do we have it all. Allow yourself to grow correctly. Remember that the things in life aren't material things. Build healthy morals and values. Value the time of others and the ones around you, and for yourself. When the ones around you are gone, there's no turning back or rewinding the clock. Communicate, appreciate, commit, learn, love, laugh, lead, enjoy. Things are tough as an adolescent, but value the concerns of everyone. There is a bigger picture and a bigger world outside the confinements of a four-walled house holding a family, and we need to explore. Are we what society makes us, or are we what we make it? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our story. It is no longer strong for families nurture strong societies, but strong individuals nurture this community. Life doesn't subsist in society, but by reciprocal concessions. We are here to plant the seeds of hope, love, faith, and happiness. This generation is the key to our future, your future. Every day holds a possibility of miracles. Our laughter sprinkles like a splash of water in this sunlight. The brightness of our future depends on you, me, and all in this multicultural society. St. Martin, we are what we make it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Shilling-Ford, for your presentation. Now, if there are any youth parliamentarians that want to put a little bit feedback or have any response on what Ms. Shilling-Ford just presented, or any thoughts or ideas that just came to mind about this pertaining topic, strong families nurture strong societies. Now, as the St. Martin Youth Parliament, one of our focuses as well is to encourage and expose the youth of their talent and their abilities. So right now, I would like to welcome to you guys Amy and Leah Halley, and they will now sing a song for us. As well, we just came up with it. We'll have Youth Parliamentarian of the Month, and we'll give it to for his bright ideas and his dedication, and also how he presents himself to Hubert Maynard.
We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to kill. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe? Somehow you will. You will when you believe. In this time of fear, when prayer so often proved in vain, hope seems like the summer birds too swiftly flown away. Yet now I'm standing here with heart so full I can't explain, seeking faith and speaking words I never thought I'd say. There can be miracles when you believe. The hope is frail, it's hard to kill. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe? Somehow you will. You will when you believe. Shamana, Ashira, Mamamai, Vishamana, Mishana, Shanai, Mi Adonai, Mishana, Shanai, Nanot, Ashidra, Nechastram, Ansvidrasta, Ashidra, Nechastram, Ansvidrasta.